Welcome to the Get Fit Guy's quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. You know, the traditional push-up may seem like a bit of a boring exercise, or at least one that might bring back unpleasant memories of a fitness test, a PE class, or punishment during basketball practice. But in a recent Get Fit Guy newsletter, you learn that push-ups are, number one, a full-body exercise that require contraction of the muscles around the knee joints, hip joints, pelvis, and spine to maintain a straight line from your head to your feet. Plus, push-ups activate the muscles on the back of your arms, chest, shoulder, biceps, upper back, lower back, and legs. Number two, they can be used to not just build muscular strength, but also power, muscle growth, or muscular endurance, depending on which variation of the push-up that you do. And you're about to learn the best variations. And number three, push-ups are an extremely flexible exercise in which you can change muscle recruitment patterns and joint stresses, making a movement harder, easier, or simply stressing different muscles by altering your hand and foot positions. And of course, one of the best parts about the push-up is that you can do it just about anywhere. So, what are the best variations of the push-up? Well, in the next two episodes, I'm going to give you my top 16 push-up variations, each of which works a different muscle group or targets a different fitness goal. And don't worry, if you have trouble visualizing any of these push-up variations, then head over to the show notes over at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com because I'm giving you a video in which I demonstrate each push-up variation I'm about to describe. All right, let's jump right in. Number one is the between chair push-up. By placing each of your hands on two chairs that are spread slightly wider than your shoulder width, you elevate your body farther from the ground and increase the range of motion of the entire push-up. So your muscles, especially your chest muscles, must work harder to complete the movement. In addition, when your hands are spread wider during the push-up, you activate your chest muscles more than your tricep muscles. If you maintain good posture, you'll also use your abs and low back muscles more. If you have three chairs, you can actually elevate your legs as well on that third chair, turning this version into a suspended push-up that uses even more muscles. Number two is the feet elevated push-up. And when your hands are placed lower than the rest of your body during the push-up, you'll tend to work more of your upper chest and shoulders. And push-ups with the feet elevated require higher upper body force production than any other variation of the push-up. Because of gravity, a feet elevated push-up also puts more overall stress on your upper body and less on your legs. To make this version even more difficult, do your feet elevated push-ups with fists rather than with your hands flat on the ground. Shifting to your fists creates a smaller surface area of your hand in contact with the ground, which increases balance requirements for many of your smaller arm muscles. Number three is the torso elevated push-up. And when your hands are higher than the rest of your body during the push-up, you'll tend to work more of your lower chest and abs. Furthermore, if you use an unstable surface for this version, such as a stability ball, you significantly increase the activation of the triceps muscles on the backs of your arms. In addition, the front and sides of your abs will work harder, and your overall muscle activation will be higher if you use an unstable surface like a ball. Just be careful doing push-ups on a stability ball. The last thing you want is a broken nose. Number four is the handle grip push-up. And if you don't happen to have two chairs or elevated surfaces that you can put your hands on, you can also increase the range of motion of a push-up by simply holding on to two dumbbells during the motion. For added difficulty on this variation, you can do a row with one of the dumbbells after each push-up. Number five is the staggered base push-up. And by staggering your hands, meaning putting one hand farther in front than the other, you can shift more of your body weight and muscle requirements to one side, which can be a good strategy for, say, athletes who tend to use just one side of the body for certain activities, like tennis players, baseball players, or MMA fighters, and who need to get used to loading the body asymmetrically. Number six is the alternating side-to-side push-up. And to do this version, you simply move your entire body as far as possible over either your right side or your left side as you do the push-up. Similar to the staggered base push-up, this is a great way to load your body asymmetrically. And the final push-up I'm going to tell you about today is the corkscrew push-up. This push-up builds balance and works the sides of your abs and your shoulders more than a standard version. To do the corkscrew, you just do a normal push-up, but in between each push-up, you rotate your entire body and reach for the ceiling. As you do so, you'll be kind of stacking one foot on top of the other. And then you do another push-up, but this time, after that push-up, you rotate in the opposite direction. To make this version more difficult and even harder to balance, do it with your hands closed into fists. Or raise your leg towards the ceiling as you do the corkscrew. Or if you're really up for a challenge, do both. So there you have it. Those are your first 7 variations of the traditional push-up that work the entire body. In the next episode, I'm going to give you the next 9 variations. But remember, you can grab that push-up variations video over at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com. And if you have your own push-up variations to add or push-up tips or questions about any of these push-ups I've talked about so far, then join the conversation over at facebook.com/getfitguy. And until next time, I'm the Get Fit Guy asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.